You want a silver play button from YouTube? Here's how I manifested my silver play button. I want to take you along with me on the journey. I want you to take something away from the video, perhaps some good thoughts, some good actions, advice, a little bit of entertainment, okay? Let me preface this video by one thing. Look, as a Muslim, I believe that my creator, Allah, who created me, is in complete control, which means that the results that come or the play button that comes, it comes by the will of Allah. But what I can do is a few things that can lead me to the path to getting blessed. And I use the word manifestation a little bit loosely, not in the definition that you generally hear, but in the definition as in there's a few things you can do to guide you towards the path and then wait for the blessings to come. Now, we've been told that there are things that you can do. There's action that you can take. And a lot of people focus a lot on the action side of things. Do this. We kind of like grew up being told, work hard. I actually don't really prescribe to that anymore. But it was always ingrained and sustained and drilled into everybody that you've got to work hard. You've got to work hard. And that might be, perhaps in some cases, the case. But in general, the other thing that we generally don't get told or are not taught or you don't practice is how to think correctly or how to think positively. I think they say about 4,000 thoughts go through a mind on a daily basis. I think if you calculate it on a per hour basis, it's a couple of hundred thoughts that go zip, zip, zip. I think it was 4,000. It was an hour or a day, but it's a lot of thoughts. And, I don't need you to do an experiment to prove this. Just while listening to this, watching this video, I'm pretty sure you've got tens of thoughts that have gone around in your mind. Why is he wearing a blue jacket? What's that in his hair? Why has he got that beard? What does that beard really mean? Is he a Muslim? Is he religious? Why hasn't he trimmed his beard? There's so many thoughts that are probably going through your mind, right? Let's come back to the play button situation. I want to talk about how I manifested it and how you might be able to do the same. I'm going to give you a little bit of a backdrop on my journey. Look, I started this channel about 8 years ago. Yes, there's about 2,000 videos and all of that that I've made, created, put out there. But the play button journey on its own was quite unique. Because, like everybody else, you start your channel, you put some videos out, and you start with very few subscribers. And YouTube is very unique because you've got to create content that people like, generally speaking, and they should want to subscribe. I think the amount of people who watch my videos are many-fold than the number of subscribers I have. Now, I want to talk about specifically the manifestation part because I'm talking a lot about what I did, but I want to talk about the manifestation part. Look, one of the things that you want to do when you're trying to manifest something, when you are trying to bring it in your mind or in your reality, is to think that you already have it. How do you think that you already have it? Is to visually, if you're very visually oriented, play out a scene from the end, meaning as if it has already happened. There is some teachers out there. I think Neville Goddard's talked about this a lot. Okay, I'm not a student of his. I don't prescribe to his ideology, but some of the things that he's talked about make sense. And I've not learned from him directly. He's already passed away, but a lot of the speakers out there on YouTube, you can Google, you can find them out. They talk about this. One of the ways to manifest something is to actually believe that you already have it. So don't say, I want it. Because when you say want it, it actually exemplifies the lack of it being here. Rather, when you say I have it, exemplifies, tells your brain that you already have it. And your brain's very unique. Your brain can't actually differentiate between reality, what you perceive to be outside, and what's not reality. Isn't it true that sometimes you go through watching a dream and you wake up smiling because it was a nice dream? Or you wake up with sweats breaking down your head, or you shivering, or you wake up with a shudder, or you wake up with something that you say and you call out to your mom, dad, or your partner and you say, whoa! It happens, right? Because your mind that's experiencing that dream can't differentiate between what's true outside world and what's true just in your mind. Because anyways, whatever is inside gets reflected back into your mind for your mind to make sense of it, right? So when you're trying to manifest something, you've got to think from the end. But the way you think from the end is as if it has already happened. And you've got to live it in your mind as the first person. So let's say, imagine you wanted to go to Paris and you wanted to experience Eiffel Tower. I'm giving you an example, then I'm going to talk about the silver play button. Let's say you wanted to experience Eiffel Tower, see it with your own eyes. The way to imagine it from the end would be something like this in the first person. You would close your eyes. You know, there's some breath work you might do, but I'm just trying to get to the main part, okay? So there's some breath work that you would do to cleanse your mind up. And then you would imagine as if you are standing there, and that you could be standing in two places. You could be standing having an ice cream close to the Eiffel Tower, looking at the Eiffel Tower, licking that ice cream, and saying, wow, that is a beautiful sight. Or you might be talking to your wife, spouse, friends, and be saying, this is so beautiful. And you look at the Eiffel Tower. This is thinking from the end achieved, okay? Similarly, you could be standing inside Eiffel Tower, okay? You could be having dinner, lunch, and you could be, eating with a fork and be looking out at the city of Paris, the city of, I think it's called City of Lights, right? And you could be amazing and being amazed at the scene and it could be morning or night and you could, whatever you prefer, and you could be looking out and saying, this is beautiful. Always wanted to come to the Eiffel Tower. I'm loving this meal that I'm having, or dessert. It's France. And I love the fact that I can look out and enjoy this beautiful scenery. What you don't want to do is you don't want to look, and you want to imagine it from the first person. You don't want to imagine it from a third person perspective where you are looking at somebody at the Eiffel Tower, because this can happen. It's known to happen. What might end up happening is that your close friend goes to Eiffel Tower, brings back some pictures of themselves at the Eiffel Tower, sends you pictures of them at the Eiffel Tower, and then you're looking at that scene where your friend's having that exact same dessert, and you're like, why am I not in that scene? So you got to imagine yourself being there. One of the tricks that some of the teachers use is you can look down at your laces and pretend that you're trying to tie them. I look at my cufflinks and I imagine that I'm in the scene. The way I imagined the silver button, and I didn't imagine I have a silver button and I'm carrying a silver button. I imagined a very specific scene, and this is the scene that I imagined in my mind. I said to myself, a call has arrived from the office. A call has arrived from the office informing me that the silver button for 100,000 subscribers has arrived. Okay? And I wrote this down, and I used to repeat that quite frequently. A call has come to me from the office that the silver button, or the plaque for the 100,000 subscriber has arrived. Actually, I didn't know it was a silver button. I just knew that you get something from YouTube when you reach 100,000. So I just said, the plaque has arrived for 100,000 subscribers. So why I created this scene like this was because if I get a call from the office, it's going to be pretty much as it is, okay? And I used to repeat these affirmations, and then I'd completely detach from it, because YouTube is kind of interesting. It grows slowly. And I still remember 2-3 months ago, I was standing with some couple of friends, and they said, oh, Fahd, you're at 70,000 subscribers. I said, Alhamdulillah, I'm happy about that. And after that, I pretty much detached from the result. I was just doing my thing, forgot about it, used to read this affirmation every now so often. A call has come from the office from an employee that the 100,000 subscriber plaque from YouTube has arrived, and just used to recite it. Then came the day. We crossed 100,000, we became eligible, we applied for the plaque. Just for those who don't know, the process is you got to apply. It comes for free. YouTube doesn't ask you to pay anything for it. And they deliver it to whatever address you want, right? As long as it's verified, so on and so forth. Something very unique happened, and I want to share this with you. Remember how my scene was, I receive a call from the office that the plaque has arrived? The day the plaque was supposed to arrive, and You got to understand with international shipments coming into Dubai or anywhere in the world, sometimes it's supposed to come on a certain day, but they then don't come on that day. They come on the next day or the third day or the fourth day. So I kind of knew at the back of my mind a week ago that it's coming on a certain day, but I didn't remember it. That particular day, I had to go out to pick up someone that I never do. It's generally in my routine never to pick up this person. Never. It just came in my heart that I wanted to do it. So the person who generally picks them up, I told them, don't do that. I'll go and pick them up. No problem. So the moment I step out of the office, 15 minutes later, I get a message that the plaque for 100,000 subscribers from YouTube, which is the silver play button, has arrived. And I smiled while I was driving. Never use your phone while you drive, but I smiled. And I said, Subhanallah. Exactly as I envisioned it. Only difference is I wanted a call. I didn't want a call. I imagined a call coming to me, but I got a WhatsApp message, which is fine, right? If you want to tell me that, there's $1 billion that's just arrived in your bank account, and I've always imagined that my banker would be calling me, but, I get a message from the bank. That's totally fine. I'm going to take it all day long, and I'm going to say, Alhamdulillah. So the way I did it, guys, just a quick recap. You want a silver button? Yes, you can do it. Start with your thinking first. Action is inspired. It shall come. Think from the end. Think that you already have it and create a scene and then write out a scene exactly and then keep repeating it day in, day out. A couple of times, 10 times. You can even repeat it 2-3 times and forget about it, okay? And then completely detached, okay? Detach from it and just continue your path. By detachment, I mean stop professing, stop obsessing about it. Just continue down your path. It is challenging because your thoughts bring negativity. Your thoughts might bring, hey, my friend has a silver button. When will I have? Relax, chill. You'll get there. Think from the end. Write down an affirmation. Detach. Say Bismillah. Run with your inspired actions. Hope it helps. If you want expert advice to buy a property in the Dubai market, there's a link below. Hit the like, subscribe, and bell icon. Share this video with any of your friends who you think might help them actually manifest a great life for themselves. Ciao for now.